Dr. Kate Allen has a warning about the state of the country's hospital emergency departments.
Some departments are reporting that they're having the highest numbers they've had, so record numbers of presentations already, and we're not hitting winter yet.
In the 7 days between May 14 and May 20, Health New Zealand data shows Christchurch's ED saw an average of 413 patients arrive every day. In the same time period, Middlemore's ED had an average of 325 patients turning up each day. To put that into context, Health New Zealand put out an alert last year when Christchurch's ED was seeing 430 patients a day, saying at that time that the ED was, quote, extremely busy. And I've been told that Middlemore Hospital's ED was built to take 270 patients a day. As the data shows, that ED is already seeing many more than that at the moment. Waikato Hospital is also currently under pressure with an average of 220 patients arriving each day. So is Auckland City Hospital's ED, which is seeing 219 patients presenting on a daily basis. Dr. Allen says, unfortunately, ED overload has become business as usual for staff at many of our hospitals.
It's a significant worry because what we know is that with this the health system is under significant pressure. Our hospitals are already under significant pressure with incredibly high occupancy rates. And so there is no capacity in the system.
The Herald's revealed more than 1,500 patients were cared for in corridors at Middlemore Hospital's overcrowded ED in the space of just over 1 month last winter. In the same short time period, there were 43 separate patient harm incidents, all of which are being investigated. Several incidents were the most serious category, meaning a patient could have died or suffered severe loss of function due to delays in noticing a patient had deteriorated.
It is a significant concern, but it's not unique to Middlemore. This sort of thing is happening across the country in a lot of our emergency departments and our hospitals, and we need investment to improve that.
The government would say, oh, well, we are investing in health at the moment. What's your response to that?
You need long-term planning and investment to fix a very significant problem. We can't keep doing what we're doing, the way that we're doing it, and there needs to be changes in that.
What happens if we don't change what we're doing right now and change it significantly?
That's a really scary question. We work as hard as we can with the resource that we have, and we will continue to do that. But the system's already under significant pressure. It can't really take any more. We need to do things differently, and we need our leaders to listen to what the clinicians are saying about our concerns for our patients, and we know it costs money.
In the aftermath of last year's winter crisis at Middlemore Hospital's ED, where more than 400 patients were arriving on some days, clinicians sought $3.6 million to boost staff numbers. The plea for funding to alleviate pressure and safeguard patients is yet to materialise.
It's evidence that that's not being prioritised, and that is a concern, because you need workforce, you need investment in the workforce. Yeah.
So what's this area out here, Carl?
Well, this is the area we've built to be a red zone.
Dr. Carl Cole is a GP in Auckland's Papatoetoe.
If we continue on this trajectory, and I'm sure the Middlemore ED will say, if they find it hard to cope with 400, 450 a day, ask them how they'd cope with 900 a day. Third world stuff where there's car parks and they shut the gates and people are just outside and they have to come back in the morning.
He says a strong and functional GP workforce will alleviate emergency department overload.
We're all interrelated, and it's just, you can't get away from that. The evidence is very strong that a strong primary care system helps a health system.
But he says the role of GPs is being eroded amid a broken and outdated funding model. Do GPs feel ignored by the government?
Ignored maybe not listened to. Is that not the same thing? I think there we get heard, but it's very hard to know, and we're left outside of how the actual decision's made and the funding's going to flow.
So you're not around the table, so to
Not
speak.
around the table is the best way, yeah.
That must be disappointing.
Yes.
He says it's encouraging to see some bespoke solutions to the health crisis, like funding for extra urgent care services. But he says the government's announcements don't address the fundamental issue.
It's not attractive to specialise in general practice when the specialty is not recognised and not rewarded in any way like being a specialty in any other areas.
He says working as a GP overseas is now a far more attractive proposition.
All GPs in New Zealand are still treated as if they're first-year health surgeons, straight out of medical school.
Is that fair?
No, I don't think it's fair, and none of my colleagues think it's fair, and I think a lot of them are quiet quitting. I've been offered in Australia to get double my salary tomorrow because they do recognise that fellowship and that specialist GP a lot more in the way they're funded.
The GPs are a critical part of our health system, and it's about preventative care, really. If we can keep healthy and keep New Zealanders healthy, we will be in a much better place, and that starts with preventative care and good primary care and access to primary care.
Keep up to date with the latest New Zealand Herald news by hitting the subscribe button below or head over to nzherald.co.nz.